Hey all, it's Rightplan here from Novagamer. It has been a little bit since we did a Castle Defense video. This is Castle Defense 12 with the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. I'm sorry that this one's a little bit late. We tried to throw in a Castle Attack video there just shortly after our vacation. And yeah, so that was a new thing we wanted to try out. We want to make sure we get it right. You guys gave us a lot of positive feedback on that, so I'm going to try to get some more Castle Defense videos. And as well, people started saying things like add some explanations at the end of each fight of what that castle can do to improve. So we'll try to see if we can do that in the future. But for the Castle Defense 12, this castle, as you can see, I left the dead bodies there purposely this time as something new. I'm going to try not to put my mouse over it to try to shame you guys, even though you're in the list as being defeated. But I want to make it so that you guys can kind of see what rooms did the best, that had the most kills. And you can actually, if you look at the bodies, it's a really good way to do it, because you can, if you leave them like this for a whole week and don't collect the bodies, you can actually see which part of your defenses did the most damage or had the best chance of killing people. So as you can see, this area right here, this area right here, and this area right here are the ones for this defense that seem to be doing the best at killing people. So I mean, it could be that the damage from this area here used up all their potions, so by the time they got here, they had no potions left. But before we get into the castle, we'll do our quick little shoutouts here as always. You'll see here that the castle, it looks like it's doing really terrible. I know you're like, oh my god, 99. But you gotta remember, if you look at up here, if you add 99 onto that, that means that I was up to 1,201. So I had a lot of crowns, and as you can see, my losses were huge, like 17, 15. These ones aren't too bad, but then down further, I got some more big ones, 17, 15, 18, and these were all in one day, 12. So you can see when I lost big, but I'm not going to be doing a video at the end of this with the best castle attack on my defense. The only reason why is because nobody got 3 stars. Only one person did get 3 stars. I'll go down to, actually 2 people did. They got them back to back. It's way down here because it's been a while. But these 2 right here were the only 2 that actually got it. So good job on you, more X59 and Tranquil. The only reason why I'm not doing it is because you guys didn't do it the fair way. You guys were taking the monsters and pulling them back to basically the beginning, or pulling everything right to the end, which is fine, pulling everything right to the end, but basically I wanted to see who could do the best attack, and there's people who were actually trying to attack in the fights, and some people that actually tried to go completely naked again, but they didn't make 3 stars. So in the future, if you want to have a replay of how good you did, either A, do a full naked attack of our defenses and get through it with 3 stars. I'll even take 2 stars if you can make it all the way through without any armor. You can still use your weapon, but just no armor and no rings, no amulets. Or get 3 stars and actually go through the castle trying to fight all the defenses and get 3 stars still. I will accept running all the way through and killing everything at the end if you can do that, but most people who tried to do that end up dying or using 4 potions or finishing with 2 stars. So 3 stars all the way through, and you can pull the monsters right to the end. But like I said, the other people were pretty much pulling the monsters back into areas where there was less attacks just to kill those monsters and then move forward again. So I want to see some real hardcore attacks to be able to get the replay. But I am checking all the replays, believe it or not, and a lot of people did do a pretty good job. Came pretty close to 3 stars. So anyways, we'll get to the quick little shoutouts here. We'll go with Ga. Ga, I did a castle attack on his last time, and he's asking for Defense 12 video, so we're making that right now, Ga. And I did attack on his, so if you didn't see us do an attack on his, if you want to check out his castle, you can go to our Castle Attack 1 video. It's our first Castle Attack video. He's one of the people that we attacked in it. Same with Leo the Grey. He says this castle is really good, constant trap pressure, the springboard direction is tricky. Jimbos would have been scary if they had a mob group to back them up. I do agree with you on that, and we'll go over that when we go over the castle. So once again, there was lots of losses. If you guys haven't heard me talk about that in the castle attack video, since the patch, it has been a lot easier to kill castles. People do more damage now, but the creatures do more damage too, but as long as you can dodge the damage, you kill them faster. As well, for every mine you kill, you get an extra 5 seconds on the runtime. So you have a better chance of, even if you didn't get all the mines, you have a much higher chance to get 2 stars if you skip by everything. Very nice, very different from your usual castles, which I definitely tried to do this time, as you guys will see in a second. I was close to 3 stars, but also close to death. Keep it up. I brought this new pet along. So, Master Shake, you've been attacking our videos quite a bit. I mean, attacking our castles quite a bit, so I appreciate that. You always give us positive feedback, and we did really try to mix up this castle, so I'll show you that, guys, in a sec. Antronic. Wow, suddenly so hard. Maybe I'm just tired. That's because he died twice. He did kill the castle before, and he didn't find it that hard at first, but then he did a second time and died twice, so he did legitimately kill it, though. Half a second off, so as you see, some people were really, really close to getting 3 stars. And actually, I think he was one of the people that got the 3 stars. Let me just check really fast here. No, I already named them, so never mind. But he was really close to those 3 stars. Keep it up, and you might get it on next time. I'm just going to go to the end here and catch back up with him. So 3 days ago, right about here is where I made the castle. Well, I made it to the boss room without dying. There are too many Defendatrons. Ooh, good castle. There wasn't too many Defendatrons, but if you dragged everything to the end, which you did, Granto, yeah, they're really difficult if you drag them all to the end. Oh my god, this luck. This luck again. So, Carnage, yeah, you had pretty crappy luck there. I saw those ones. Easy without luck, but good castle. Wrong direction. He actually ran the wrong direction and died. Nice castle, but has much legs. That's probably your computer, because I have no leg running my castle, and everybody attacking hasn't complained about that, so you might want to get your computer checked. Revenge is mine. Yes, it is. But as you can see, nice castle. Jules Verne. Actually, I didn't click the revenge button because he already attacked me. Sorry, Neon. It's fine. I don't care. I probably attacked the same people a couple times too. Once you start getting up into the higher crown areas, it's kind of like this little group of us that's all up there. So imagine some people, when they're seeing this list of people that have attacked my castle, they've probably seen them quite a few times in their own castle. And oh, here we go. Congrats, really enjoying the new castle. Difficult to fight through during the way, but I guess it will lose difficulty if you speedrun through your castle. And I do speedrun through it. I do pull everything to the end. That's why I say it is acceptable if you want to get 3 stars, because that's the only way you can do it. And anybody who watched my castle attack videos will see that I try to run through castles very quickly, which is why I die sometimes. Also counts in the immense trap pressure. So basically we're talking, everybody's talking, that's Ga again. He also said the same thing up here. Oh, and he's just asking for defense 12 there. So yes, if I didn't give you a shout out there, sorry. We're getting way more shout outs than we used to. I am trying to scroll through them so everybody can see that they are there and read out as many as I can without making this video 20 minutes long of just shout outs. But anyways, thank you very much for all the shout outs, guys. I will try to get out as many shout outs as I can to people every video, but they might get shortened due to the fact that more people are attacking our castles now and commenting, which is still awesome. But I do like the fact that the positive feedbacks are giving me heads up on what they thought of the castle. And even though the castle didn't have a tremendous amount of wins, I mean, it did. When you get down here, you'll see that there was a winning streak. No, never mind. People are enjoying the castle, and I'll show you why. First things first, I'll just go and show you some new items, and then we'll get right to the castle. I did get this bow. I don't use it. It is another special one, so if people haven't seen the Bogart's double shooter, this is it here. I don't use it because, as you can see, I would lose my piercing shot, 7 damage per second, critical strike damage, snare shot, and I would gain triple shot, extra gold, and 32 poison, so it's not worth it. Especially nowadays, you really want that piercing shot. So that's one of the other newer ones. And I took this one off, which is the Blade of Pain, off my warrior because he got a new weapon now, which is this one here. The Crystal Blade. It's not a super rare one, but as you can see, I only get 10% lifesteal and 3 XP, but I'll lose all those extra things, so that's why I chose it. So just because it's a rare one like this Blade of Pain doesn't mean that it is going to be awesome, because they do have random enchants on them, and in this case it gave me 3 extra XP gain instead of something else. But anyways, So let's get to the castle. Oh, and we have a nice die collection going here. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the dies, you can go back and check our other videos where we went over the patch notes. I believe it was Castle Defense 11. We went over the patch notes, so if you haven't heard of them so far, you can go watch that video, and we go over that at the beginning. So, once again, I will stop at each section, and then I'll describe each section afterwards. After I stop on them for a second for you guys to see, I will also tell you what pieces to use for each. So, the first one goes right to this line right here, and this part, I'll get the names up here for you guys. So you'll see here, this is the the junction chamber 03. That's the piece that we used here. I used this setup at the entrance. So just pause the video anytime you want if you want to just look at it and place them your own way. Or you can not go fast forwarding through here and just I'll give you the explanation. As always, try to put the power sources where I put them, because as you can see, I use them to the best of their abilities in the areas that they're in. And they're pretty much full except for 1 and 2, but you don't really want to put those anywhere else. When it came through, I did a hamster wheel like sort of row up here. I tried to get away from doing pure hamster wheel rooms for this castle to try something new, and I put in a bunch of the why do I always forget the name of these ones? I don't know why. I think it's because it's longer. Rotating cannon 3 flames. There we go. So I put in some more rotating cannons in between each. And the way I have it set up, you want to try to get them as close to the middle as you can, so they stretch almost across this whole way here, as you can see. So it makes it so it's very difficult for them to dodge through this whole thing without at least taking some damage. I put a Defendertron next to a mine right here just to slow them down so that this one will hit them a little more, and maybe they might run too far trying to kill this and have to get hit by spikes or a hamster wheel. So this, as you see, I'm not going to put the most there, but one person has died trying to get this and getting hit by this flame or pulling these creatures back out. Then when they come up past this, they hit the spike traps. They'll go through another rotating cannon flame, and right after that I have a corrosion mine. The reason why I put the corrosion mine right here, which is very important, and I put one right here as well, is because here is sort of like the big open gap area where they're going to try to kill things in. So I put one there, and I put one here because it's the entrance. So if they try to come in and pull everything and then run out, they're going to get hit by it when they're running out. And then these rotating cannon flames will do way more damage. I chose Smelly Warriors. I wanted to test them out for this castle. They do quite a bit of damage, and I have the Smelly Warriors set to heavy-handed. So if you haven't watched the Castle Attack 10 video, you'll see, Castle Attack 11, Castle Defense 11 video, you'll see that we talked a little bit about how they've made those improvements and why I chose that. I put a mine in here to keep them in this room so that these guys have more close combat time with them, because you want to make it so if you don't give these guys the ability to catch up to the person and give them close combat, they are pointless. So I put one single bear trap in here to try to stun them, and then I put a mine in here with a Defendertron, of course, to try to keep them in here longer so that these smelly warriors can wail on them a little bit, which, as you can see, there was 2 deaths in there, and I think I collected one before this video by mistake, so there was, I think, 3. If they go the other way, they'll come in this room. I didn't put a mine in here. The reason being is I got these 2 gel walls that will come down, and they will start draining their mana. So when they first come through here, they automatically get a mana drain, which is going to make it more difficult for them to try to get away from the Jimbos. This is what he was discussing in the Jimbo room, saying if you had bigger mobs. I wanted to test the Jimbos to see how well they worked, because I'm using the Griefer instead of the heavy-handed on them, to see how well that worked. And it worked, as you can see by the other deaths here. It worked quite well. I just wanted to see if it was actually a fight, which it was, and with the next castle I might think about putting some of those in with a few more mobs to back them up. But this is kind of like a test room to see how well they would work, and they work quite well. And as you can see, I got the most deaths in here without anything crazy. There's only 2 cannons in here. There's no rotating cannons. And there's also only a Defendertron in this. There's no healer. There's no people who sprint at you and knock you down. No bear traps. But they still did quite well in that room. So I might consider doing something with that in the next one. So look forward to that. if they try to run out right away, they'll go through another gel wall, which will slow them down again. And if they try to just make it blast right through here, they're going to have almost no mana left going through these 2 gel walls by the time they get here, which will make it much more difficult for them to get past these traps I set up. The downfall to this, the reason why nobody's been dying here, I looked over it and looked over it and looked over it, and the reason why it's not working is because when people go through here, you'll see these are 33 out of 28. So all these mobs don't attack you at once. But if they try to run straight through, now they have 33 out of 28 mobs following them. So when they go through these traps, if they spring right down here and get, even if their mana is drained from this gel wall, this trap won't work because they all say, hey, they already have the max amount of creatures following him, so they start running away from the trap over to here, and it's not until you're far enough away from this group up here that they'll start finally dropping their bear traps. The whole point of this was to set it up so that they would put down their bear traps in every angle, so you'd get stuck in here, you would lose mana so you couldn't roll out fast enough, and then you would have these 2 smelly warriors whacking on you while you're in the gel. It's still a good idea for a trap. I might have to try to incorporate that some other way, but it's not a good trap if you already have creatures following you, especially the maximum amount, because they'll just run away. So if you're going to do this trap, I highly suggest that you try to make it so that they're going to have no other creatures following them by the time they get to this trap. If by chance they did make it past that trap, I then set up another little section here with a mine, and I got a couple sprinters, which is the battering rams. I got a bear trap, put in some more smelly warriors to see how well they would do with this castle, and a stunner mode on the hunger bot. So this keeps them busy for a little bit, and then I got another section where it's pretty much the same setup minus the battering ram. Then they run through here. They got to get through these spike traps, so even if they drag everything with them, they're probably not going to do this spike trap slowly then and dodge the spikes. They're probably just going to run straight through them and take the damage. If they did kill everything behind them, then obviously they'd be taking more damage in this section here. Either way, once they get to about here, this is where they're getting low on potions. And so they come up and they try to kill this mine, and now we've got quite a trap set up for them because they got a cannon here, so no matter which part of this section they try to fight at, they got cannons beating on them. I got another bear trap. I added in a webs master to knock them down so that it would give the smelly warrior more time to hit them. And I put a Defendatron and a battering ram in there to basically make it even more difficult for them to get out of this easily and kill this mine easily. Then I have another setup here where this has a gel wall they'll go through, so any mana that they didn't lose through this gel wall, if they keep trying to go through quickly, they'll then lose the rest through this gel wall. So now they're going to be fighting this group of monsters with almost no mana. So as you can see, this was like a last resort, because then after that they go through one more gel wall and rotating cannon into here where there's one bear trap and one Defendatron and one rotating cannon just to do the final bit of damage. And this person right here did run out of potions, and that pretty much was their last bit of damage. And so this, even though it looks pointless right here, by the time they went through everything else here, which you can see why people were saying it was a constant traps and constant, they had to basically keep themselves on their toes the whole way through because there was no break period. I designed this one to have no break, so they can't sit back and rest somewhere. So once they make it all the way through, they get to this point here, and either A, they're hitting the buttons like crazy at this point, or B, they're completely out of health, completely out of potions, and then they die. One person, I won't say who it was, but this person right here died because they made it all the way through, but then realized that back here they didn't go left. So they went to go kill that mine and completely forgot to, because they went right first and went through all this, only to realize when they got to the end they were a mine short and they tried to run back through. Of course, now they're hitting all these cannons and everything and spike traps back through and plop dead there. So as you can see, this castle did have quite a few kills, and it is way harder. I don't know about other people, but I'm finding it's way harder for people to die in your castle now, and it is way easier for you to kill a castle with 3 stars now. So far, I would definitely say that I'm not hugely liking the patch, but I still think that when they bring out these barriers, that's going to add another bonus to the people creating defenses. Because, for instance, I could actually put a barrier right here So the gel wall would take away their mana so they couldn't kill a barrier easily, and they'd be stuck in this room even longer. So there's lots of ways you could use a barrier to keep them in your trapped room longer. And I'm going to be bringing back that hamster wheel room that I've designed a while back for the barriers, because I have a really amazing idea for that I want to show you guys, and I think you'll like it. But we'll wait for the barriers to come out. Anyway, so this is the next that castle one. I'll just go through each piece here just so you know. A lot of these, if you've been seeing the videos, you're pretty much getting on par with me on knowing the pieces now. But this one here is the corner bridge. After the corner bridge, I then put in this one right up here. Did I pass it? I think I passed it. Yeah, I passed it. Oh, right there. The corner corridor. I always forget the name of that one. So this is the corner corridor. After the corner corridor, I attached that onto the one at the very bottom of the list, which is your corner tower. So this is the corner tower piece. And then after the corner tower piece is pretty much just another... Pretty much you can add anything you want on there. When I did it, I chose to use the same one that we just said, which for some reason I'm really bad at remembering the name of. The corner corridor. I think it's because it's corner quarter. Anyways, I think only I found that funny. Yeah, so I just... oh, wait, that wasn't even that piece. That piece was actually this one right here. Corner quarter 01. So you can pretty much add anything you want on there, though. I just put that in because I wanted to use it, and I never used it. But, and then you get into throne room where I put the final mine. I'm a big fan of putting one mine at some point at the very end, only because for them to get 3 mines on you, they're going to have to make it all the way to the end. And it also makes it so people, if they don't have 3 mines yet, they come up to the end and they see it and they're like, oh great, there's the last mine, and they kill it, and then they still don't get mines because they might have forgot something way back here. But it's not really important if you do that or not. It also makes it so that the 5 seconds that this one will give them isn't going to be up in here, so it puts them 5 seconds behind on. And as you can see, some people were only like 2 or 3 seconds away from getting the 3 stars, so it did help. But yeah, so this one's been tested for a while. I would say all in all, it is actually pretty good. There's some places that I'd like this whole section right here. I'm gonna do something with that. I do like this setup right here because this part and this part have gotten the most kills. So those 2 sections are really, really, really good for killing people. So I'm gonna put some really good thought into the next castle on how I can improve that. But anyways, we'll do a quick run through the castle here to show you guys what it's like for those of you who didn't get a chance to run it. And once again, I'll try to do this legitly, and then... Oh, wrong character. I don't like the knight. I'll try to do this legitly. And then after that, I will try to pull everything to the end so you can see what's more difficult. I'll probably die trying to do this legitly. And by legitly, I mean killing every monster as I go by it. Even though running to the very end is still legit. You're not really breaking the game, you're breaking the guy's defenses by knowing that he doesn't have any at the end and using them all down there. And before anybody says, you're going to say, oh, but you stood outside this room and attacked in. Well, I'm an archer. You just had to do that, didn't you? Oh my god, I can't stand when they run. Alright, so in case you guys didn't notice, that gel wall, it's green right there like that. Now, it's really hard to do this as if I didn't know where everything was going to be. So I'm just going to run through, because most people wouldn't notice that. So this is where a lot of people died. They saw the gel walls, so that instead of losing mana, they want to stay in here and kill these things so that they don't lose their mana. Now you'll see why I chose the Griefer. It's because once they're dead, his friend's gonna resurrect them. And now you gotta kill the Griefer all over again. So when you don't crit like I just did, you stay alive a little longer. But the gel wall makes it so people don't want to run through and lose their mana, so they'll stay in this room longer. Oh, the trap actually doesn't work as well as I thought. I need to improve that. I already have some ideas on what to do for that. Don't try to use the griefers for the, I've noticed some people have been doing that ever since they said they've improved the damage on the griefers, but the griefers on the smelly warriors really isn't worth it. Jimbos it is, but the smelly warriors, they don't really do that much damage. And they die faster after they resurrect, so it's not like them resurrecting is a huge advantage. With the Jimbos it is because they do good damage, and even if they can come back alive and get 1 more or 2 more hits on the person, it does a good amount of damage. As you can see, I can't stand still at any point. I need to kind of keep moving all the time. That's how I designed this castle, was to keep people on their feet. Because the more people have to move around, the more mistakes they make. And I'm too busy trying to keep these guys off me to notice where the rotating fire cannons are exactly. Alright. Is that all of them? I can't move forward till I do. No. I got a runner. It makes the castle seem really long too, because the people as you can see, it takes you a while to get through everything in here. And in case you're wondering why that gel wall didn't fall, it's because I ran sideways through it, but it's right here. So if the person tries to run straight through, it will slow them down and drain their mana again. But this one here is impossible to dodge. You are going to make it fall. The key thing is to know to roll through it when you see it. And I still think they should make it so that you can't even see the green goop dropping down from the ceiling of where that wall is, because it's a dead giveaway that it's there. You can just dodge it easily. Like so. When I run most people's castles, when I run most people's castles, it's actually very easy to see that. And there you have it. So I made it all the way through, 100% legitly, didn't die. But I'm not gonna get 3 stars. I have built the castle and ran it many times, so obviously I know exactly where to dodge everything. But you can see how difficult that castle could be if somebody had no idea what they're getting into. Oh no, I just changed the time. Oh well, I'm gonna destroy this and rebuild it within the 7 hours anyways. So I'll do one more quick run through. I'll do a speed run here to show you guys. Maybe I'll fix my time. I can get a speed run doing that. So see how the guys are running away now? That's because I have all those creatures following me from behind. I forgot I put that there. Okay. Almost to the end. There you have it. That's how fast you can make through with a speed run. I believe my last time was 1:59, so I'm probably not going to get it this time because I got knocked back a couple times by my spring trap and other things. If you're running your own castle and you get hit by any of your traps, like spring traps or anything at all that slows for a long period of time, you should redo your time, because if somebody goes through and doesn't mess up, they're gonna whoop your time. So in case people don't know, especially like the other person had with the issues, kill the Defendatrons first before you volley, and then you just finish them all off real fast. Get some distance so they group together. Ah, there's still a Defendatron. I thought I got them all. So you can see how much damage that Jimbo did in one hit. And there you have it. 241. Because of the stupid springboard trap. And what else did I hit? I think I got hit by a hamster wheel at the beginning. Maybe 2. That's better than the 4 minutes that I had a minute ago. So there you go. So somebody's beating it 100% legitly, and they're worried about missing a castle, especially warriors. Warriors don't really run all the way through. They kind of stop and attack one thing at a time. They'll never make the timer. If you want to make a timer in anybody's castle, you're pretty much going to have to try to run all the way through. Now, mind you, like I said, this is a good chance of you dying. The question of the day that I'll ask you guys, because it actually has to do with dying and has to do with crowns, is, as you can see, now that I'm up to 1,100, this is what you guys have to look forward to. I already killed him, so that's not going to help. But for instance, if I want to kill... If you guys haven't been this high on crowns yet, this is what you get to look forward to. If I kill this guy, I'm only going to get 5 crowns. But I'm going to lose 35. So that means I have to kill these guys here well over 7 times just to keep my crowns. If I don't kill them if I don't kill them 8 times, then I'm going to lose 35 crowns for killing 5 crowns 7 times. So that means if you die within your 7 attacks of castles that are 5 or less, you're going to keep going down and down and down. So it becomes very difficult. One thing that I've been having a huge issue with, it's kind of improving a little bit, as you can see here and here, is that people are not... I'm not getting castles that are over 900. So it's really hard for me to get a lot of crowns, because I'm attacking like castles that are like 700 and 800, because that's all I'm getting after spending like... Sometimes I spend 10,000 gold trying to get something that's over 900 and nothing comes up. So I just end up attacking stuff out of boredom. And then if I just happen to mess up once and once only and die, like by a Zeke with his headshot, then lo and behold, I've just lost 7 castles worth of running. So it becomes a little annoying. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the crown system. Do you guys think it's fair that the higher up you get, that the more crowns you should lose? Or do you think that it should be basically... I think a good way to do it is that every castle you beat, you get 5 crowns or 10 crowns, and every castle you lose 5 crowns or 10 crowns. Or maybe you lose 10 crowns if you lose, and you gain 5 if you win. That way you're losing double what you lost, but if you beat 3 or 4 castles in a row, then you're still going to stay up. I don't know, that's just me. And my castle defense has a lot to do with that, because people killing me are taking huge amounts of crowns from me, but when my castle kills somebody else, they're only losing a tiny amount, because when somebody with 700 crowns attacks you and you have 1,100, they're only going to... Like, if you kill them, you're only going to get 0 to 5 crowns from them. Like, most of the time it's 0. And then if they kill you, they take like 17 to... If they get 3 stars, they can take up to 20-something from you. So, I don't know. I think it's a little unbalanced. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. We're really interested to hear what you guys think of it. I'm going to do another castle attack video because people really enjoyed the first one. So I'm going to get that out today. Well, record that today or tomorrow. Probably today if I can. And we'll try to get that one out for you soon. But first I'm going to destroy this castle, rebuild a new one. So feel free to come back and check out the new castle and start testing it and let us know what you think. It's going to take me some time to build it because I want to perfect this one. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the barriers, so hopefully I think that'll change up a lot of traps and stuff. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know about the question down in the comments below. Let us know what you thought of this castle if you were one of the people who ran it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe above to see our next videos coming out. Yeah, so that's it for us. We're going to try to get another podcast out for you guys if we can. We're kind of busy right now with the summer coming up. But yeah, we'll do our best to get one out for you. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it once again. And as always, happy gaming.